an eclectic bunch of films. But now we're getting to cruising. Okay. This is a very controversial film. I had somebody, a very close friend of mine who was older, bring me to see Cruising when it opened in 1980, and we had to cross a picket line. So, I mean, it was that bad. People really thought, that it was really portraying, homosexuals in a very, I mean, it was, but I mean, hello, whatever. Now, the interesting thing, it was a book. First of all, the director, I'm not saying the directors I should be of these films, but the director is William Friedkin, who did, of course, The Exorcist. Now, this man can do very little wrong by me. He's a handful, I know, I've heard, but the man, he just really does it for me, like almost like the way Hubert does. So Cruising has this like indelible kind of effect on my brain because I saw it at 13. I don't know if you've seen this film, but the opening, like the first scene is like grotesque. It's so like gory and scary and weird. It's interpretive. This book, like I said, it's from a book. It's one of those that I can see Friedkin saying, well, it means whatever it means to you. But it is, boy, it's been in my favorites for a long time. It's made it through this list for a long time. It is an ambiguous film. It's a detective story about, obviously, Al Pacino going underground in a very, very hardcore gay scene, very B&D, in lower New York, in Christopher Street area, and those, well, I mean, Village, Eastwood, whatever. And these are like really hardcore bars, and Al Pacino like went into these bars, and I don't know to whatever extent he studied, and Friedkin did the same thing. And what he shows, even in the cut version, is like, whoa. I mean, the things, I don't want to say that they're inferred, because they're right there going on, and I know what they were. It's obvious enough from what those guys are doing, but apparently a lot had needed to be cut because it was like, I actually can't mention some of the stuff that goes on in that film. But like I said, this isn't really a spoiler alert, because in the end, it's kind of unresolved. Like obviously, okay, detective story, but it's like I said, it's very ambiguous. Like, is it one guy? Is it two guys? Is it a series of guys? Is it a guy and his father, believe it or not? Or is it Pacino himself as the soon-to-be detective? That's also open for interpretation. Now, I won't say which I picked, but I will say, maybe, well, it's my opinion, but in the book, there's a whole section of it in the beginning, like following his career or whatever, in early, like before he's chosen for this assignment. And he's supposed to be, if you'll excuse the term, no trigger, quite homophobic. So in the book, why would that be added? Again, it's all conjecture. And again, I'm sure these directors, well, some of them might, I like to think that they, would rather tell you, well, it is whatever it is to you. But, like I said, in the way that The Shining, I take that literally, like, why would he mention that in the beginning, the proprietor, if it wasn't like salient to the story, that it was on the Indian burial ground? Same with Cruising. For me, the people aren't really familiar with the book. I am. And so they had to do a movie, and so you know, oftentimes they can't squeeze in everything. No pun intended on this one. But yeah, it's even more ambiguous in that regard in the book. So again, I would say that like any like theme or something that you could draw from my favorites would be that many are obviously theater. 4 of them are Broadway adaptations. Many, as I've said, are performance driven, as you've heard. Many have a lot of visual identification, foreshadowing, the importance of production design in telling a story, like I talked about, where I debated my my humanities teacher, and he said, "Oh, if there's no storyline or whatever, it's not really a movie." I'm like, "Hello, you know, last year at Marienbad makes no fucking sense." And like I said, and the B-52s don't make any sense either. You're going to call that not music? So yeah, I won that debate. But mine are, you know, psychological, you know, MFs. I mean, mind Fs. Many of them are, you know, and that's just, again, this is my taste. Nothing is the best movie or the best top 10 movies or whatever, but those are mine. And like I said, there is kind of a theme. I don't want to say theme, but thread, trend, whatever. And those are them. And in no particular order, as I said. So we're all done with what would be maybe a daytime look, unisex, and let's see if I did it. Well, I kind of did. That's really kind of what I would do, or what I do for you every day, for you. This is for me, by the way. This is like therapy for me, but don't worry about it. Okay, well, thanks for joining me to touch on my top 10 favorite movies, my own personal taste now, today, this year, and to do a natural look that would work daytime audition without makeup. Look camera ready, but look no makeup. So until tomorrow, same menu. Take good care of yourself, take good care of those around you, and in the meantime, I love you. Bye.